Away we go.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday morning real estate marketing show with Ruthie Rocks Ruth Allbrand, and my name is Marketing Max. Today is episode 109, I believe, right, Ruth? 109, right?
Yeah.
And surprisingly, we are already in the month of February. January is in the books of 2020, gone. I hope you both, I hope everybody out there made the most of it, because we got 11 months left to reach those goals this year. So, but what's on the agenda today, Ruth?
Well, I was talking to Leslie earlier this morning, and I was telling her that the stats are off the charts. So I want to just get everybody pumped up for this year and tell them that January we sold 342 more homes than we sold last January, which means we're up 14%.
Wow.
Isn't
14% increase in year over year transactions.
And the price last year, at the end of the year, the average price was $319,000. Now I'm talking average, I'm talking residential, and I'm talking multifamily. $319,000. So I just have to define what the criteria is for my stats.
You got it.
And now this year we're averaging $327,000 per home.
Wow.
The average. So this year we have sold 2,814 resale homes compared to last year, 2,472 homes. That's an increase of 342 more homes sold. That's almost 10 more homes a day, my real estate friends. That is huge. That's huge.
That is huge. The great news is the price is steady, right? I mean, we're only talking about like a 3% increase. Yeah, not this unsustainable 10, 15, 20% that we were witnessing just a decade and a half ago.
And we don't want that.
I mean, right.
We absolutely don't want it. So I always want to mention where the iBuyers are in these numbers.
Sure.
So in the top 10, the iBuyers were holding steady at 225 homes last year in the top 10, and this year 225 homes. But the good news is that we sold more. The people that aren't the iBuyer program sold more than they did last year. So that's the good news. And my friend Aaron Taylor is number 10.
Number 10.
Last year at this time, he was number 12. So he has sold more homes. His business has increased at least 20% from last year. And he's Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy. And I'm always, he's my partner. So I'm always proud to bring him, on. And
I'm curious, Ruth, who's in the top 10, who's not in the iBuyer platform?
Okay, for this year, let's do it. Okay, we've got Enzo Varela.
Okay.
Varela. I don't want to mess up his name. And then you have Andrew Watson, and I think Andrew does a lot of flips, but still.
Okay, still, right.
So. And then we've got Jillian Batchelor.
Jillian Batchelor, yes.
Yeah, she's up there, number 8. And
she's very heavy on social, which is great. And she started to doing these more curated type of videos on Facebook. And so, she's making an impact, obviously, here.
Yeah, and Frank Gargano and Aaron Taylor. Yeah,
fantastic.
So the good news is the iBuyer platforms haven't increased their sales from last January, but the other top tenors that we just mentioned, they have increased. So that's the good news. They're not.
Yeah, fantastic.
I know, I was worried, but I'm so excited to report that we're remaining steady and we're holding them down, everybody. And if we can we're holding them down.
Right, exactly right.
Yeah, we don't want them taking our market, and obviously people are out there doing the right things. So that's the good news. But the fact that we have sold 14% more homes in the first month is very exciting. And I think this year's just going to kill it. And I think that
January is going to always a good indicator of how the rest of the year is going to go. So 14% increase to start off the first part of the year in was supposedly a slow month, right? So supposedly. a slow month. So it's exciting to see what's going to happen the rest of the year here in real estate in Las Vegas.
Well, we've got so much buzz going on. I mean, when I do my research for the show, I was telling Max there's so many things going on. I really didn't have time to get as organized as I'd like to be. But so we're just going to ad lib a little bit today. We've got the sports teams at the top of the list, and I wanted to know what everybody's comments are. But Karen, let's see. Karen has a comment. Based on what Brian Buffini says, iBuyer is not that much of the market. And Karen, to that point, it depends where you are. Vegas is a very volatile market, and so there's always going to be a percentage of that market they're after here. And because we're affordable. So depending on, your location and depending on what type of market you have, they are going to be there. And there's always going to be 10 to 12% of the people that want to sell right away. And they've made enough money in their home that they don't mind paying the iBuyer platforms, 10, 15% more than they'd pay a realtor for whatever reason. And they get their money right away and off they go. So to your point, Karen, yeah, it's and I think we've maintained our position because of relationships, and I think that you make that comment as well, Karen. Karen is a Buffini mentor, and we're going to be doing a Buffini class in our training center April, May. It's 8 weeks, and Karen, I hope you'll be there to help us and participate. Because building relationships and knowing what to do and having a system is so important in real estate. And I think that Las Vegas is always there, though. We have a great group of real estate agents in our town. We just do.
Yeah, and the beautiful part is, like, geographically we're right next to one of the most populous states in the country here in California, and which has unfavorable tax laws right now. So we get the benefit of that, and that's why everybody wants to come out to the desert here, and why the sports teams are heading out here. And I think more and more companies are becoming aware of the opportunity that exists out here among the people and the tax rules. So
yes. Yeah. And, I want to thank Nicole for jumping on today. Nicole works in our office, and she just rocks it. She's got more energy than all of us put together most days. And then Kenneth LeBeau, thank you so much for jumping on. I appreciate that. And we've got Leslie and Karen, and hopefully we'll have some more comments as we go through the program today. I want to kind of segue real quickly to the sports team. And I told Max earlier, everybody, that the Super Bowl, which is tomorrow, Las Vegas is going to have a 60-second advertisement. And it's going to be a takeoff on What Happens Here Stays Here, that campaign. And it's going to have a lot of the some stars in it as well. And I have to let's see, find it in my notes here. But
Vegas is changing the slogan. I think we're retiring the "What happens here stays here," and we're probably going to. I think the commercial is going to be to introduce what the new slogan is going to be for Vegas.
You think?
I think so, because either the Review Journal or one of the other publications announced that the city of Las Vegas is retiring the "What stays here," "What happens here stays here" slogan. So we'll see. This is going to be exciting to announce what the new
to see what it is. And the other good news that I want to shout out to all my realtor friends is that we've got a budget this year for advertising. The city does. It's almost $102 million for marketing and advertising Las Vegas. So everybody needs to be out there in front of the people, because they're going to be watching what we're doing. And of course, social media is where people spend most of their time. So we need to really get out there and be in front of the people. And this Super Bowl is I think is just setting the stage for what's going on in Vegas with our sports teams. You know that the NFL draft is going to be here, and that's in April. And so since the NFL draft is going to be here, they are also going to have some stars play in a golf tournament.
Simultaneously. That's
Yeah,
actually a pretty smart thing to do.
it
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
Celebrity golf tournament.
exactly. So, of course, I told you my notes are all over the place here this morning. Um, so anyway, I think that is really cool. So there's going to be, we had reports, I think that, 700,000 people were going to come here, but can we handle 700,000
I was gonna
people?
ask you that. I mean, the numbers are an estimate between 700 and a million people coming in for the NFL draft here. So the Vegas Strip only has what, 350,000 rooms available?
It doesn't, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it's like 300,000 rooms or something like
right.
that, right? So we can't even house half of what is anticipated to be here for the draft. So it's going to be interesting on what happens here. And too bad the World Resort wasn't done right before the draft here. I mean, that would have been an
Oh,
opportune time for them to
open.
to open, right? But one of the benefits of what's happening here with the stadium is, all the ancillary stuff that's going to come about it. I mean, the awareness, I think more companies, more, shows, broadcasting events are going to be focused here because there's going to be a lot of attention here in Las Vegas with the stadium being here. Just like you mentioned there about the golf tournament, I think more people are going to be aware, like, oh, maybe we need to do something, around that. And one of these days, I mean, in the next decade, we will probably have a Super Bowl here in Las Vegas.
Well, we are.
Because I mean,
It's already scheduled.
is it scheduled already? Well,
Yeah.
I don't know what the date is, but
2024.
wow. So 3 years or 4 years from now, 2024. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be exciting. That's going to bring a whole new type of awareness to Las Vegas, and people realize, and advertisers realize, and companies realize that, people want to come to Las Vegas. This is a destination place that like has this like mysticism and aura to it, where people don't mind traveling around the world to come to Las Vegas. And if they can have an excuse like a sporting event or another event that can correlate that, they'll do it. So I mean, this town, I'm excited to see where this town goes. I mean, hopefully the infrastructure. My only concern is hopefully the infrastructure, grows as quickly as the population does, because that's one of the big concerns about the residents here. Is like, are we going to have major traffic jams and and things of that nature? I mean, the Spaghetti Bowl is just now finally getting done, and now they're building another Spaghetti Bowl on my side of town, and that's going to be a big concern. But those are all good stuff. I mean, all stuff that's going to generate revenue and more, and more importantly, property values are going to probably go up here.
Yeah. Oh yes, they will. Yeah.
Right.
I found out who's going to be the stars in this Super Bowl ad. So the new 30-second ad is going to be titled Key of Vegas. Key of Vegas, which features Las Vegas artists Shania Twain, Christina Aguilera,
Shania Twain.
Thank you. And Aerosmith. And it's going to also showcase Lady Gaga's band leader, Brian Newman. Now, there's a UFC heavyweight fighter, Francis Ngannou.
I'm not a UFC guy, so
yeah. So anyway, they're going to be featured in the ad. So I think it's going to bring a lot of attention. It'd be great if it was voted the best ad, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah. I mean, look at the slogan. What stays here or what happens here stays here. I mean, that's over a decade old slogan that has stuck, and so this is a great moment to see what this new slogan is going to be at the most pinnacle moment in advertising at the Super Bowl. So
yeah, it's going to be so exciting. And then just want to know anybody's comments out there. What do you think about the Raiders? I mean, they're going to open in August.
In August, right? Preseason starts.
I don't feel the buzz yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's not real yet because the stadium's still not like complete either. And once once the media starts covering like the players moving here and buying homes and doing all that stuff and seeing them around and about town, and they don't start to become a little bit more real. And this whole Tom Brady thing, I don't think it's going to happen. He's going to probably retire Patriot, but he might retire this year. Who knows? But
who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, so we'll see. I mean, I wish we had a more competitive team coming here, on the rinks here, but it could be like the Golden Knights, though. We have no expectations, and all of a sudden, they make the Stanley Cup final. So we'll see how the Raiders come. But I'm excited, and this stadium is going to be awesome. It looks fantastic. I mean,
Yes.
and I'm seeing more commercials just on social about the stadium itself and all the ancillary companies. I mean, there was one company that did like logistics or whatever for the stadium, and they did an advertisement. They kind of showed the stadium just a little bit and what they're doing there. So I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I've got my hockey
Yeah, your
jacket
Golden
on
Knights,
today.
right?
My
I
Golden
love it.
Knights. Yeah, they won last night. That was an exciting game.
Right. Well, you need one with silver sparkles for the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. Yeah, well, it'll match my glasses. Maybe that'll be good.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Hey, Larry Hand, glad to see you today, and Taylor Hyman, glad you're here. They're getting back a little bit to 2006, when I think our construction was at it. We had 150,000 construction workers here, and now we have 106,000 construction workers here. And a lot of things that are going on outside of the strip that maybe people don't realize is that we're building a future in North Las Vegas with Apex for industrial growth. And it's going to bring thousands of jobs, 25,000 jobs to Apex for the industrial that's going on. And one of the things that finally happened out there that the Mayor Lee has been lobbying and trying to get on is the water line. And between the water and the electricity now going out there, Apex is going to just be a mecca for industrial growth.
Oh, fantastic.
And it's going to give a whole new dimension, of course, to, the employment demographics of Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, everybody said, well, what we lack is diversity of, the
correct.
Yeah,
of skilled labor.
Of skilled labor, yeah.
Right. I mean, the service industry is still so big. I mean, a huge percentage of the employment here in Las Vegas, and that's really the missing piece, right? I mean, I think the more attention we're going to get with the sports teams, I think at one point or another, some of these big companies are starting to realize, I mean, if the United States Air Force has their Department of Defense here, right, as their data center, you would think that more technology companies would be around here, because really nothing happens here in Vegas. That's like, Vegas is a natural, what they call like a disaster recovery city, right? Because there's really nothing that happens. We don't get tornadoes. We don't have earthquakes. Well, last year we had minor, right? But it's very rare. And our weather, even though it has extreme heat and extreme cold, there's no snow, right? Hardly. Right. And if it does snow, it lasts a day. So, I mean, it's a primary place logistically to store warehouses too. I mean, there's a whole bunch of warehouses. As you go into what is it, like Victorville and stuff like that. But that's only about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours away. And if you move all your warehouses to Nevada, Las Vegas, you avoid all the taxes that come with the California residency of those warehouses. So, I mean, it's exciting. I mean, I think people are going to be a little bit more aware of that. And it's going to be exciting to see where we are 10 years from now, just because I remember, you remember being here 1995 to 2005 was a huge leap here in Las Vegas, like exponential growth. And then we went through, obviously, the downturn, and it kind of slowed down the growth just a little bit, but we still continued to grow through the process. And here we are, look, the decade from 2005 to, 2015. And now, now we're building a stadium, and it could have a major league soccer team here, and, rumors of a baseball team. Yeah. I think we need to get our population up a little bit more before we get, too many sports teams to support it, but we'll see.
We'll see what happens. And one of the other things that's really interesting when we're talking about diversity is the professional and service industry here has gone up about 75%, which is really huge, which means that people have moved here to fill those positions. And that is going to really be important to our growth.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, movement of population, obviously. And here's a great thing. People are working longer. As I take a look at the demographics of, what's happening now versus, over 20, 30 years ago when people just decided to retire after age 65. And for one reason or another, a lot of people can't afford to retire and they're working a little bit longer. And Vegas is a natural town with, the service industry to maybe accommodate that for people who want to do something even part-time, to work, in something other than being a Walmart greeter.
Right.
There's much more variety of, service related jobs that you can work without, just working at Walmart. So
yeah. And to the real estate industry out there, there's now 200 new home developments, and there's a lot of things to blog about, to podcast about, to video, and to share information about all those new beautiful homes. People love pictures, and they love pictures of the model homes are decked out. And so what an opportunity for you if you just every week took a new home development and went out there and did a short video, or a slideshow on LinkedIn and on Facebook. It would be a fantastic boom for you, because these people are moving here and they're
sure.
looking for people. And the one thing that's so different about Las Vegas is that we are the fastest growing state in the United States, which means we have new people. So, it's not like the iBuyer platforms or things of that nature can take business away from us, because the business is coming to us and we just have to capture it.
Right.
And if you can really wrap your head around that mentality, then social media should be your best friend this year to increase your business.
Absolutely. It allows you the leverage. I mean, to Aaron Taylor's point, you can't not replace, technology and social media, and replace, the phone call and the follow-up touches and the text messaging, stuff like that. You still need to do that. But in order to perpetuate your brand 24 hours a day in moments where people are, highly susceptible to programming, which is really late at night after 12 a.m., right? There's a reason why Tony Robbins used to advertise at 3 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning, his personal development products, and why, money making, advertisements filled those time slots, because it was the most susceptible programming time of the night, because people are tired and you can tap their subconscious a lot more. And the only way that you're going to be able to do that, you're not going to call them at 3 a.m. But if you have a, social media posts, things of that nature, you get ingrained in their mind and their consciousness, and they don't even know it. And then the next time you pick up the phone or put another advertisement out or send a flyer or a postcard, whatever, it'll resonate with them and they won't even know why. And so, so I look at, to bring up Jillian Batchelor again, I remember when I was doing mortgages and I started doing the kind of the show to educate the end consumer about different things related to real estate and mortgages. She even before that, this was 2016, so about 4 years ago. 2-3 years before that, she was already making YouTube, episodes and doing Twitter and all that stuff. And now she's very heavy on Facebook, and she's kind of, evolved a little bit of her Facebook marketing to include a lot more curated content, using music and whatever. And there's a reason why she's in the top 10. She's built a team now. And the crazy thing about, if you have any aspirations of ever wanting to build a team yourself, either to become a broker or just, a sales team within a brokerage, is that the more exposure you have, the perception is, even if you aren't doing any live trends, the perception is you're doing business and people will want to come work with you, especially if you demonstrate, your ability to market and brand yourself. And so, there's just so many benefits to making sure that you stay out there and effectively and constantly and consistently.
Yes. And again, I'm so happy that the iBuyer platforms didn't increase their sales from month over month from last year, but we did. The other people in the top 10 increased the sales. So that's a real marker for me. And kudos to Aaron and Jillian and
Frank and
Frank,
and
yeah. Let's see, all those Robert,
Robert.
not Robert, Andrew Watson,
Mhm.
Jillian, Frank, Aaron, and Enzo. I don't know Enzo,
His
and
name sounds familiar,
it
but
does.
it
Yeah.
does. Enzo. Maybe because I just watched Ford versus Ferrari and Enzo Ferrari. Enzo is
Yeah.
Ferrari's founder. So, but
Yeah. So, there's a lot of changes going on in social media. I
mhm.
want to segue a little bit because we have a few more minutes here. Our training center has a new addition to it. We
Oh,
now are going to be able to live stream our all of our classes and everything that goes on in that classroom, and it'll
fantastic.
live stream, not just video and then post it. It can live stream. So I can't wait for that. We did a great video show last week. Unfortunately, our live stream wasn't up and running yet, but
Hmm.
I just wanted to say kudos again to Aaron Taylor. He did a fantastic 2 hour power hours. 2 hours of power on his listing presentation.
Hmm.
And we are going to air that on Be Social Savvy, which is our new platform, which is where most of the aired shows are going to appear. And we have we have several other people in the social media world that are going to participate and give value all in one place. Be Social Savvy will have um, all of the major players in the real estate world in one place where you can go and learn about whether it's you want to learn about branding from Chelsea Pites, or you want to learn about video from Pinky, you want to learn Aaron Taylor's tips and secrets, and you want to learn LinkedIn from Taylor and Kane, or you want to learn Facebook from me and LinkedIn. And so it's just going to be a compendium of fantastic stars in the
Hmm.
social media real estate world. And I'm so excited. It's going to launch in hopefully in a week, but let's say 2 weeks.
Right.
But I mean, but we had to get the live streaming working because I thought that was a fantastic addition. And
Yeah,
so when,
absolutely.
so when
And
we
now, I
launched,
mean, you can really open up to, not only Las Vegas, but like
right?
people anywhere in the world that
Yeah.
has an internet connection here to learn about this stuff. So that's great.
Yes, and we'll be able to give exposure.
Hmm.
We'll be able to give exposure on different levels to different to people who want to come in and do a live stream video themselves
Hmm.
without all the hassle of some of the software out there. We're just making it as easy as possible for people to get on social media and stand out in Las Vegas, which is
Yeah,
my goal.
absolutely. No, that's great. No, this is great. That's exciting. I didn't even expect it. I mean, I was so Grant Cardone's 10x Growth Con is coming back to Las Vegas here in February, and he just recently just released, like, if you can't make it to the Growth Con, here's the live stream. So he's gonna live stream everything
Yeah.
too, and that's a great. I mean, at the end of the day, he understands that exposure. The more exposure you get, the better, right? And you got to grab as much attention out there. And so this is a great way for you and the Be Social Savvy, the media center here to get exposure across the country. Ruth, I like it.
And
Exciting.
on Monday morning, we have a painter going to paint a green screen behind our projection screen,
Oh,
so
okay.
that if somebody wants to come in and do a live stream, we can superimpose whatever they want in the background at the same time, which is
Hmm.
really cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah, so we're state of the art, and looking forward to people coming up to our social media class, which is
All
this
right.
coming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday already. It comes around that mountain pretty fast. And there's some changes in Facebook we're going to go over. We're going to do some live. We did some live videos for LinkedIn last month. We're going to do some more this month. We've got some great scripts and examples on agentformula.com. It's free to everybody. You just go to the video tab and you'll see script, and you'll see a sample of some videos that people have done. And we just continue to grow and give value and stay on that cutting edge of technology, which is what excites me and keeps me happy and wakes me up every day with a smile on my face and a song in my heart, so to speak, to be corny, but that's the way I feel.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And little note, I mean, a small tidbit fact that could make a difference in your business this year is leap year. So we have one extra day in 2020
I didn't
for you
even
to take
think about
advantage,
that. Oh
right?
my
February
God.
has 29 days this month. So you have
Wow.
one extra day. It only comes around every 4 years. So make sure you take advantage of that one extra day this year.
That'll help our stats too.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Well, thank you everybody for watching today. Lots of things going on in Vegas, lots of excitement. Watch the Super Bowl commercial tomorrow about Las Vegas, key to Vegas, and we are going to rock the world this year.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Have a great week. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Go Niners.